had been super
Right where we were.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Ryan Broome. I'm the band director here at Grant Public Schools. In front of you is the 6th grade beginning band playing their first ever concert. So what I like to do for the first concert with every single band here at Grant is I like to take you all on a little bit of a journey on where we started from the beginning of this year until now. So, without further ado, let's get started, 6th graders. Go ahead and grab your mouthpieces. When we first start in band in 6th grade, we don't have instruments in our hands, we don't know how to read music, we spend about a week and a half to 2 weeks learning how to read notes and rhythms. Some of the students have a little bit of prior knowledge coming in from 5th grade or from elementary or from piano lessons or whatever, but for the most part, we're kind of just starting cold turkey. So what we do is we first start learning some notes and rhythms, then we start learning to actually make noise. And the first thing that we got to do is learn how to make noise in our mouthpieces. So this is what that sounds like. So we do that for days, and we learn how to make noise and sound like a bunch of geese flying over the school. And then once we can make noise, we learn how to buzz our lips, how to make noise on the mouthpieces, and how to put reeds and mouthpieces and all that stuff together and make noise with them. Then we actually learn how to play a note, which sounds a little bit better, but still not quite there. Once we learn how to just make a note and create some noise, then we got to start refining that a little bit. So the next thing that we do is we all learn how to play the same note at the same time. And this is our first note that we learned. And we're going through this process rather quickly for you right now, but this is about a month into school, maybe even a little bit past that point. But they're excited and they want to keep learning. So we push through as fast as we can. And then at one point, once we get really good at playing one note, we learn how to play our first 3 notes. And then I start handing out their first songs. And I let them pick which song they were going to play for you. And they wanted me not to tell you to see if you can guess what it is. Okay? So this is one of their songs on their 3-note fun page. Once they learn 3 notes, they can play this stuff. And that is, of course, the Jaws theme, and they love that. So once they learn those first 3 notes, then we learn 5 notes, and we're going to skip that page and come back to it later for our Christmas stuff. But then once we learn these first 5 notes, then I say, okay, it's time for the book. And then we hand out this book that we work through called Essential Elements, and it just takes them through literally hundreds of different little songs that they can play and practice at home. So this is a couple of these songs that we do from that book. For this one, I'm going to have a high schooler that comes in every single morning. He's taking independent study with me, named Mason. Mason, come on out. Mason is a trumpet player. You're going to see him in action just a little bit later. But Mason is with me the first 3 hours of the day, and he gets me last hour, so he gets a lot of me throughout the whole school day. But Mason team teaches with me. It's about, I believe in teaching him how to teach them. So there are days where I can say, hey Mason, why don't you go off and work with the trumpets on this, or go work with these 2 students and learn saxophone, or whatever it is. So Mason's been doing a really good job of that this year, so I was going to have Mason conduct number 10 in the book. So go ahead, Mason. Here's another song that they like out of their book. And that's kind of where we are. And we're just progressing through the book a little bit every single day, learning new songs, getting better and better as each day goes by. So, of course, we couldn't leave a Christmas concert without any Christmas music. So, we have a couple Christmas tunes for you guys before 6th grade is done. last one I should preface, I made a deal with them that I would play drum set with one of their songs. So I'm going to play drum set with them. This is something that they like me to do instead of conduct. So they're so good they don't even need a conductor. We're just all going to play at the same time. So this is the last one for 6th grade. Please excuse the short intermission while we switch bands. Can we hear one more time for 6th grade in their very first concert ever? At 7th grade, go ahead and stand on up. Come on up, 7th grade. While percussion continues getting set up really quick, this is the 7th grade band in front of you. 7th grade band just had their very first concert not that long ago. So their fall concert was their first concert because of the fact that we didn't have concerts last year with everything going on. This is their second concert ever, and they just got done having their first one. So when it comes to music and what we were able to learn, we just kind of stuck with what we were comfortable with. So we're going to do a couple of songs out of the book first. They're all Christmas stuff. And then we're going to play their very first piece of actual sheet music all the way through that they've done ever. So this is a couple of tunes from the book. As we get set up for our last one, I have one more person to introduce really quick. Gray can come on out. Gray is another high school student that, like Mason, is going to be joining us the second semester. So in order to get him a little bit acquainted with the students that he's going to be working with, I had Gray come in, and he's going to be playing on a couple of pieces today as well. But this is Gray, he's going to be helping out with the percussion in the back, second semester. So, Alright, so Gray is going to go ahead and go, yep, thanks Chris, yep, sweet. So, this is their first ever piece of actual sheet music all the way through, stuff that isn't from the book. This is something that we would have been able to do last year if we didn't miss so much school and miss so much time. So this is a big step forward for them, especially in just a short time, in a matter of weeks, going from just book music to actually reading full-length sheet music. So I'm really proud of this group for really stepping up and challenging themselves. Another thing that I should note and brag about them is when we started this band, we only had 4 different instruments. So we had to add in percussionists, we're adding in stuff like Jaden on French horn, and eventually some different saxophones, and all sorts of different stuff, tuba, all of that stuff. So we're like slowly going through that transition right now from what we just had in 6th grade with a 4-section band to an actual full-fledged band. So this is called a Christmas mashup. 8th grade. It's your turn to shine. Let's stand up. Come on up. We had a missing triangle we had to find. In front of you, this is the 8th grade band. They look very small. It's because they're not. They've always been this small. This is about the original size that they started. They're missing one student today, but they have always been like one of these small but mighty bands. And you'll find that out in just a second. They've been flying through music. We have 3 pieces to play for you guys. This first one is a really fun one. It's a great way to start off the concert. This is called The Festive Hymn. This is a fun little piece called Joy. This is a mashup between a couple of tunes that you may have heard called Angels We Have Heard on High and Joy to the World. So listen for both of those as we play along. While percussion has a couple of quick things they have to attend to, this last piece that 8th grade band is going to play for you is called Secret Agent Sugar Plum. This is a really fun piece that we've had a lot of fun with this semester so far. And this is exactly what it sounds like. It is Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies by Tchaikovsky, but mixed with a James Bond spy theme. So we're inviting Gray to come back out because we need a little bit more than 2 percussionists for this one. So Gray's coming back out on drum set in order to help us out play this one. As soon as I see the percussion is good, then we'll get started. This is Secret Agent Sugar Plum. hear it one more time for you. Thank you all so much for your patience and as we have one more transition. High school, stand up. First row, come on. Thank you so much for your patience. In front of you is the Grant High School band. We only have one band at the high school. All 9th through 12th graders are all mixed together. So the 8th grade band that you just saw, they will be in this ensemble all the way with 12th graders next year. They are going to play a couple of tunes for you. This band didn't have as much time to prepare as the middle school ensembles in front of you, purely because they were doing marching season. So if you went to our fall concert, you saw what they've been busy doing for a lot of the fall and even into a little bit of the winter time. They had a parade, and then all of a sudden we had to switch over to new instruments and get back to concert season again. This ensemble, you can't really count the fall concert. This is their first concert in 2 years. The last concert that they really got to put on as a full concert band in this sort of setting was almost 2 years ago when we were doing our last Christmas concert. So we're really excited to be back in here and able to play all together. We are much larger than we were 2 years ago, which is always a nice thing to see as well. The first piece that we're going to play for you is a beautiful piece that I picked out and I absolutely love. It's called In the Bleak Midwinter. right, ladies and gentlemen, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for coming out tonight. This is our last piece of the night. This is, at this point, a tradition that we play this piece. Some of the students love it and look forward to it every single year. Some of them are like, oh, not again. But regardless, it's become a fan favorite. It's become a favorite of the middle schoolers they get to watch. And it's just a really fun piece and a great way to end a concert. So this piece is called Ukrainian Bell Carol. All right, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, thank you so much for coming out. That is our winter band concert. Before these students can take off, the high school has to take care of all of the stuff on the stage and get all of that at least off into the wings. All right, band? Then the middle schoolers, once they change out of their polo shirts and they check them back in, then they're free to meet you all in the lobby. So thank you all so much for coming. Let's give them all one big giant round of applause.